Amaze.
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 You guys want to see a magic trick? Sure.
Okay.
Prepare to be amazed. Prepare to be amazed. Prepare to be amazed.
Ben, you never cease to amaze me, amaze me, amaze me.
It amazes me, it amazes me, it amazes me how you constantly obsess over fictional detail.
Yes. From here on in, I've decided to make all trivial decisions with a throw of the dice, thus freeing up my mind to do what it does best, enlighten and amaze.
Never ceases to amaze me, G. Man dedicates himself to developing technology to keep his country safe, only to sell it out.
How do we know this?
One of Robin's contacts at the Treasury.
So that's why he's being singled out and not Edelstein or any of the others.
Looks like that.
The man never ceases to amaze me.
Hey, Cyrus! You have lunch plans?
No.
And even she was amazed at how far she was willing to go to get it.
Ellsberg Hotel. Half an hour.
That's the thing about Andrew. He doesn't take crap from anyone. How can you not love someone like that?
You know, it never ceases to amaze me how people can turn their backs on their own family. I mean, but it happens every day, doesn't it?
You okay? You seem preoccupied.
No, I'm just amazed. At you and how you just throw yourself into harm's way, no questions asked.
Yeah. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Got my own magic voodoo, man.
Approach.
Approach. Approach.
Approach.
Approach.
Well, sort of.
Hello! Approach the bench! Approach the bench! Approach the bench!
Your Honor, request permission to approach the witness. To approach the witness. To approach the witness.
Yes, please. Approach, approach, approach.
So I need to approach a judge, who approach a judge, who approach a judge about accelerating his bond hearing. When did she approach you?
Your Honor, may we approach the bench?
That is not the issue. You stepped way over the line. Don't you ever approach my son again. Ever.
Who dares approach the dragon's den?
Cool. It is I, the Dragon Warrior.
The last 2 years are blank. It's a fresh approach.
What's your approach? I'm going for the frenzy. I'm going to try to charm every one of them.
Just keep her pinned down until our tactical team arrives. And under no circumstances should you try and approach her.
Sir, she's unarmed on the ground. We got her.
Do not approach.
The feds want the collar.
Cage.
Cage. Cage. Cage. Cage.
What's in it for me?
A Pop-Tart and getting out of a cage. Cage. Cage.
Okay, yeah, deal. Good.
No, I'm uninterested in the birds. Just open the cage on my say-so.
He's obsessed with flight.
That disabled alarm got past the state-of-the-art deadbolt and a steel-plated cage door. Cage door. Cage door.
Supposed to have committed, she said no.
Well, it's not unusual for a police detective to be cagey with a suspect.
Put this in your cage.
Let's see how you like living in a cage. You're under arrest.
It'd be interesting to see how Calvin reacts to this news.
Rattleless cage. Might force him to make a movie he's not ready to make.
You don't go anywhere near the new girl. You hear me? Get in the cage. Get in the cage.
We are not changing the living arrangements.
Evelyn, I'm not some dog you can keep in a cage.
Please, I respect you completely.
You had to prove to the world that he wasn't just a survivor.
that he could cage the king of the jungle.
Knight, did you find any evidence?
You put them in the cage.
These foreigners were trespassing.
This is an order from the ICC.
Area.
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 Oh, nice.
It's my area. It's my area. It's my area.
How was that?
For one China rule.
The U.S. government extends diplomatic relations to China, but not Taiwan.
Your Honor, this is a gray area. Gray area. Gray area.
When they are rolled up, you looked towards the trees. That's where your secret is, right?
Sweep the area. Sweep the area. Sweep the area.
No.
Jefe. ¿Qué ha puesto más?
Donna, your last appointment just arrived. She's in the waiting area.
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. My name's Kalinda, and my husband and I were thinking of buying a home in the area.
When we flashed the neutral face, this area should light up.
This guy's no civilian. All right, I want you to pull tape from every surveillance camera in the area, plus our cameras, ATM cameras, everything in this area.
Yeah.
Any family in the area?
None to speak of.
Why, what's the case?
I'm looking for an apartment. Apartment hunting isn't exactly my area of expertise.
But New York is. I figure if anybody knows an area to move to, it would be you.
This image was taken from a traffic cam in the area. The subject is still unidentifiable.
If this map is pointing to her, then you should know she resides here, in this area.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marvin Candle, and this is the orientation film for Station 2, The Arrow. Given your specific area of expertise, you should find it no surprise that this station's primary purpose is to develop defensive strategies and gather intelligence.
Break.
Break. Break.
Break.
Break.
Dog. Hey, why don't you just let me find him while you sit there hitting your imaginary brake? Brake. Brake.
I can get work done. You know, Francis did a big bus tour in '98, and the bus lost its brakes going down a hill.
Our mom's in the store.
Mm-hmm. You got the brake on, sport?
His name's Al.
The pad's empty.
Heading into Portier, second gear, hit the apex, light brake, stay in second, looking for a good exit.
Know why I pulled you over, sir? Was the music too loud? Your left brake light's faulty.
Oh, the old brake lights.
Get it. Put on the brake.
Could put the house up and downsize into something smaller.
Whoa, pull the brake on the crazy train. You're not selling your house, and you're not giving Miranda a dime.
You have until I finish replacing these brake pads. If you're still here when I turn around, I'm the one who's going to be calling the cops.
Hey, pull the emergency brake. Why isn't the conductor come over the intercom yet?
Maybe he's...
We had a plan. Severed brake lines, pilfered corpses, that idiot Reverend Coggins.
What?
Well, typically, drivers brake before the moment of impact.
Company.
Company.
Company. Company. Company.
Complete confidence in me, as will you, because we are a great company. Great company. Great company.
There's lots of great companies.
Good health, good food, and good company, and good company, and good company.
I didn't know you had company. Company.
I've got company.
Sergeant Major Andrew Tanner, Marine Corps. We're Alpha Company.
Look, you let me out, Truman. You're not right in the head. You want to destroy yourself, you do it on your own.
I think I'd like a little company.
Nice. Gold meat. You like? Right, boss? Talk to ship company.
No wonder she's the head of the company. You know, she started out as a sales representative just like me.
Madame, sir.
Oh,
Oh, not like that, you pervert. I'm in a contemporary ballet company.
Oh, not at all, Mr. Mallard. We should be glad of your company.
Job. His grandfather served for 30 years in a 23rd Engine Company. He stops by almost every day.
And he's an investigator hired by the life insurance company. To what end?
Why have that thought at least once a day in your company? This journey.
Used to keep better company.
I swear I did not know he was going to act up like that.
Priority.
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 I want you to know, it is my number one priority, the number one priority, the number one priority to get your daughter back to you safely.
And your head?
I would give priority to my head.
He's gone again, and the governor is still alive.
Daryl was the priority. Priority. Priority.
I should have been there with you.
What can I tell you? I'm the villain. Initially, it was a priority to keep a lot of buffers between you and me.
Okay, good night.
All right. Tomorrow. Can you make it a priority to find them a place?
Of course, sweetie.
Mayor's made this high priority.
Copy that, Captain.
Our arrangement at the first moment it suited your whim.
My priority has always been and will always be the welfare of my men.
And your good word being no priority at all, it would seem.
I thought he wasn't a priority to you.
He's a priority to you.
Stop them in case that becomes necessary. This is a priority, Agent Simmons.
Understood, sir.
I'm Mount Weather. You heard my father's message. That has to be our first priority.
Screw your father.
I told you, acid fog was our priority. As much as I want you to get your daughter back, I need you to understand, Sherlock is my number one priority.
Formation.
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 Let's see how they handle a formation.
We've never done a formation.
Then they won't expect one.
We're moving formation, formation, formation. No straggling. Weapons hot.
Stay tight. Hold formation. Hold formation. Hold formation. No matter how close the walkers get. Anyone breaks ranks, we could all go down. Anyone runs off. Stay in tight formation. No more prison riot crap.
They successfully defended Hong Kong port 7 times. They used the thundercloud formation.
Hell yeah.
The dive bomb in the city. Denarian Saul, should we break formation?
No. Hold your positions.
Get the men to marching formation.
Picture of this remote area on Oahu. Wish you were here with rock formation and a couple of palm trees.
Recon has spotted massive alien formations in the Hudson Valley, Coleman and countryside.
Here are the coordinates, but follow in close formation, just in case. Roger that.
There were children here, many of them, in uniform, marching across the yard in formation.
Guys in line.
Get him into formation. Going back in? Not yet.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Exclusive. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
No. But our strains are exclusive, exclusive, exclusive. I created one myself.
This morning. And then I chose you. The family. Why does commitment have to be exclusive? Be exclusive. Be exclusive. Huh?
We've hired a PR firm to create a mysterious and exclusive social group. Exclusive social group. Exclusive social group.
Less than a dozen. Shedding is an exclusive endeavor.
After all, you were close. Is the contract exclusive?
This is Jack Freeman reporting live from the skies over Washington, D.C. We're bringing you exclusive images of the terrorist-held...
How was Schofield able to have exclusive access to you, pull a shank on you, and bind you to your chair?
Aren't pilots drug tested by NASA every couple of months?
For illegal narcotics, but drug tests are exclusive. You have to choose what you want to screen for.
This is deep underground male model shit. Special invite only, hyper exclusive.
Agreed to marry him.
They'd start by flying first class to an exclusive 5-star hotel.
You and I, Detective, are members of a rather exclusive club, I suppose.
Laboratory.
Laboratory. Laboratory.
Laboratory.
Laboratory.
I think it's a secret laboratory where they're injecting human guinea pigs with a visibility serum.
Alpha is being kept here in the PLA military laboratory. PLA military laboratory. PLA military laboratory. The two of you with backup will break into the facility and recover the vial.
Your Grace, this is my laboratory. Laboratory.
Not anymore.
Can't be a spy.
He was arrested in Colorado for breaking into a nuclear physics laboratory.
That the eye was made by an intelligent designer. Dr. Gray, you made some mutants in a laboratory, and now you expect all religious people to, what, just throw away their beliefs?
And you think I just let you slop around in my laboratory with essential oils that are worth a fortune? You.
If you have fever and cough or sore throat, stay home.
I'd say 95% chance this was manufactured, came out of a laboratory.
The source of the virus was traced back to drug tests.
It's him.
Dr. Kirk heads up a research laboratory at Ubient Pharmaceuticals. He's a leading light in the field of neurochemistry.
An absent one. Now, assuming Abby Campbell was strangled at her workstation, and since that workstation faced the only entrance to the laboratory...
I must once again thank you for letting us use your laboratory this evening.
What?
The laboratory building's in the center of campus.
Roger that, man. Zooming in.
Then I suppose there'll be a job opening at our laboratory.
Predict.
Predict. Predict. Predict.
Predict.
To predict the sex of your firstborn even before you're with child.
Can't be real. No one can predict all of this.
We are very interested in how you were able to predict that earthquake, Mr. Malley.
I predict that the increased traffic will force the breach to stabilize.
Meanwhile, going after one of these rich yuppies, it's a whole different story.
You can't predict that, Frank.
I did predict you'd shoot me.
I remember.
Hey, start doing the silent shrink thing and I can't predict what I'll do.
Child to follow you on the throne, but he could not possibly predict what kind of failure you would become.
You can't predict what he's gonna do.
There's no perfect answer, Finn.
Make me think of you. I predict you'll have little trouble picking you out.
Particle.
Particle. Particle.
Particle. Particle.
My physics final. I had a question about free particles, and I was totally lost and he helped me.
Electricity. Nobody knows how that works.
It's a current created by the movement of charged particles. Particles.
Oh, okay.
The particle accelerator. The particle accelerator. The particle accelerator.
We call her the little doctor. Particle beams accelerate from her twin barrels.
Everything we call reality is composed of tiny particles of energy. Now, when two particles meet, one will spin clockwise and the other will spin counterclockwise. And if you separate those two particles to the opposite ends of the universe...
Hey, we're living in a time of string theories and God particles. Feasible, doable, yeah, sure, why not?
Together.
A representative from Central City says construction on the Star Labs particle accelerator should be completed by Christmas.
9 months ago, the particle accelerator went online exactly as planned. For 45 minutes, I had achieved my life's dream, and then...
We talked about you helping us contain other people who might have been affected by the particle accelerator explosion.
The aggregation of dust particles and general preservation of space
would suggest our killer is somehow stuck in time.
No one heard any shots.
Yeah, the scan gen picked up gunshot residue and gas particles on the window frame.
With me.
Yeah, well, you must have missed a subatomic particle or two, because things haven't really gone according to plan ever since, have they?
Teenage.
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 No.
Don't judge me until you've had a teenage girl. Teenage girl. Teenage girl.
I've had 4 of them.
God, how did you survive that? Get shipped to the moon. You spend the early years in constant contact. And then one day, around the teenage years, they go around the dark side and they're gone.
So 1 out left.
This is a little jumpy.
Oh, go figure. A teenage boy doesn't want to hang out with his girlfriend's dad.
Teenage boys are physically attracted to naked women.
Our research doesn't support that, sir.
What are you looking for, man? What, you want some little teenage pop star whose mom's been raising her since 2 years old for stardom? I mean...
No.
I don't want to leave Zach alone tonight. Gail, he's a teenage boy having a hard time adjusting.
Sorry, sir.
It's okay, screaming like a teenage girl swimming in a freezing cold lake is the appropriate response to FaceTime.
Worked as a bodyguard in New York. I was protecting one of those teenage pop stars in Miami when the virus broke out.
Yeah, I raised 4 of them. I think the teenage years are the hardest.
Teenage boys don't tell their moms a lot. Why do you ask?
Careful, Henry. Unless you want to spend your teenage years as a toad.
Acted like something was drawing us together.
Yeah, that's something teenage girls say, and then you braid each other's hair and become BFFs.
What if you were right?
Instead, I'm going to think about it in teenage silences.
Expression.
Expression. Expression. Expression. Expression.
Gave me a heart attack.
My hands are equipped with defibrillators. Clear.
Stop! It's just an expression. It's just an expression. It's just an expression.
It's just an expression, right? Just an expression, right? Just an expression, right?
Nope.
I do?
Yes.
How?
Micro-expressions.
Micro-expressions.
The way your eyes fix on my eyes and lips.
Well, that's my point. It's an irrational act. It's like an expression of rage by people who feel neglected and turned away by the system.
Exactly. I mean, it's like we had in Watts or the riots in Chicago in '68.
That's crap. I don't buy that for a minute. Calling a riot an irrational expression of rage, that's such a cop-out.
I'm fine, thanks.
It's not an expression of concern, it's a request. You're distracting me.
Your expression, what does it mean?
There's no expression.
Yes, there is. You're leaving something unsaid.
Oh man, your expressions are priceless!
Feng Wong, here to get your butt handed to you again?
That's kind of a funky expression when you think about it.
The Fed shut him down.
They've tried. Something about freedom of religious expression.
What's the expression? 3 hots and a cot?
So this blank expression kind of feels like the way to go.
That's your plan.
I take it from your expression you're not dazzled.
So you asked her out to dinner.
It's an expression!
It is?
Insurance.
Insurance.
Insurance. Insurance. Insurance.
Thing, and now I'm converting to Judaism.
That's good to have some kind of insurance. Insurance.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Insurance card? Insurance card? Insurance card?
No, I don't have insurance.
You're paying for dexamethasone without insurance? You got Medicaid, Medicare, or something?
No, Who were you talking to?
Just the insurance company. The insurance company. They insist on paying out Walter's life insurance policy.
I know we haven't talked about Walter in a while.
You know, when I get this job with the police, I can put the whole family on the insurance, you know?
I need your insurance information. Hey! Oh, whoa, hey, give her place, man!
But you know that insurance I was telling you about?
I think I may have found something even better.
What about medical insurance? Are you covered?
Why would I be covered if I don't go to hospitals?
What the hell is this? It's insurance, white boy. Now dump it!
I don't have any insurance after I left the Army. They discontinued my insurance.
Are you a resident of Hennepin County?
That's the only insurance policy you're gonna need. You bring it down from the sky?
No, they destroyed my gear. I had some insurance come along.
What kind of insurance?
The atomic kind.
She'll go down for hiring a known criminal to murder her husband for the insurance money.
Despair.
Despair. Despair. Despair. Despair.
Despair. Despair. Your claim is true. You will be victorious.
We must be strong for those we love. We cannot give in to despair. Despair. Despair.
I will speak with the High Sparrow.
I would despair if you did.
Let's go.
The thing about intelligence, you must never despair. Yours can be raised.
5 years ago, I made you a promise. You cannot die until you have known complete despair.
The embodiment of desperation and despair. I made this mask to conquer my fears.
Till sadly, one of his marks in despair took a gun, shot up his wife, and blew his own head off.
Your house is on fire and your children all burn, except for Declare, who sits in despair, weaving his laces as fast as he can.
Give you back the things that you thought you were going to lose forever. Hope in the face of despair.
Submit. Submit.
Submit.
Submit.
Submit.
This day would come. We will not submit. We will not submit. We will not submit. We will fight.
Respectfully submit. Respectfully submit. Respectfully submit that this is beneath the dignity of this court.
I tend to agree, Mr. Gold.
We would respectfully submit, respectfully submit, respectfully submit, Your Honor.
That's right. You won't. What you will do is submit your resignation and take this week to clear up your affairs.
Must all determine here. I do demand if you submit you to the people's voices.
To survive here, she will have to submit to these new masters.
Okay, we'll slip it into a friend of the court brief. Just submit what you have now.
Yep. I was protecting him.
Well, I submit to you that Clara was doing the same. Protecting him.
It's very kind of you. But now I'm asking that you submit the notes from your sessions.
Well, do I get a chance to even defend myself?
You could submit a statement.
Found partially clothed upstairs bathroom. Got it. Submit it. Let's go. How goes it with freeing?
You know, just working through the grief.
How soon before you submit a final?
Look, it's a start. Go above their head, Peter. Submit an FD 125 to the unit chief.
Injury.
Injury.
Injury. Injury.
Injury.
Jack has a back injury. Back injury. Back injury.
They say the Emperor disapproves of the races. The danger of injury. The danger of injury. The danger of injury.
Still hurts. I see no evidence of physical injury. Injury. Injury.
It's a different kind of hurt.
Want to hear something sad? I need an ergonomic keyboard to keep my repetitive stress injury in check.
There's no way this injury happened by stepping on a blade in a garden shed.
Hey, I'm just saying, why go pro when your school has a chance at the championship?
Run the risk of injury? No way, man. You gotta take the money and run.
Suppose I just had a massive head injury and believe you.
I cannot walk into that ER with another video game injury.
He might. He suffered a severe brain injury in state custody.
Ay, por fin.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a tailbone injury.
Seriously?
Hi.
Danny, what happened?
Football injury. My mom will yell you all about it.
Arbitrary.
Arbitrary. Arbitrary. Arbitrary.
Arbitrary.
It's just one night. I mean, what's the point of an arbitrary schedule?
They process digital now to make it look like film, as if film is inherently better. Just we like the way it looks better, which seems kind of arbitrary. Arbitrary is just what we're used to.
Mr. Hayden, tell me why I shouldn't extend this fairly arbitrary deadline.
Well, I didn't think of it as arbitrary. Principal Skinner, I object to this arbitrary use of power and request I be taken off the list.
This seems to me to be an elementary right. Its denial is an arbitrary indignity that no American in 1963 should have to endure.
Now, I could choose to remember that for the rest of my life as being emblematic of my connection with my daughter.
Yeah, but then it's all arbitrary then, you know? Because, like, we only remember the moments that we want to.
Today would have been our 1-year anniversary. Just an incredibly arbitrary thing to celebrate.
Seems too demeaning to women.
Given the things you've done to women, that seems arbitrary.
Like pot or whatever.
Cocaine? Heroin?
I'm just saying it's arbitrary.
Now, I could investigate further, but you don't want to sit in a jail all weekend.
Chief, that was awfully arbitrary.
Nest.
Nest.
Nest. Nest.
Nest.
What happened?
It's a bird nest! It's a bird nest! It's a bird nest!
No!
Oh, they're all dead!
A love nest is what we need.
Where's Agent Barton?
The hawk? Up in his nest as usual.
Who got you?
The cops. The cops got me. They were all over my apartment like a bee's nest. How did they get my name?
I don't know.
They're not pack animals, Sandy.
I know they're not pack animals, okay? But have you ever heard of a snake nest? Oh, shit. A man is a bloody hornet's nest. Right? Now this bugger is poking at it. I want to know who he is.
It was our nest egg, you know, the money I was going to use to get out.
The bat's nest in there. By the hundreds, it's a shithole.
I kicked the hornet's nest.
You brought the reapers.
You're stealing our whole nest egg.
I'm not stealing anything.
Oh, $2 million. Quite the little nest egg, but looks like you just approved a wire transfer of $1 million to a charity here in Starling City.
Both exits, the alley and the market entrance.
There's a rat's nest in there.
Guarantee.
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 Guarantee. Guarantee.
Your Grace, if you can guarantee the safety of my republic and its citizens.
He'll do it.
He has no guarantee that I will exonerate the Emperor.
The ranks of my own officers are thinning. We cannot guarantee order. Guarantee order. Guarantee order.
Oh, hello, Helen. So glad you could make it after all. And I can guarantee personally that next year all your Virginia Woolf seminars will be filled with superhumans.
But you keep belching, you'll offend every sensibility he has, right? Very good. You'll be back in the pool in 24 hours, I guarantee you.
Bang. Please, let's just find a place to look at it first. I guarantee you it's swarming with cops.
If she does, he can't guarantee her safety. If she digs, we'll kill her.
Stop worrying. He'll have lots of great things to say about you. I guarantee it.
I don't know. I'm not exactly Mr. C's favorite person.
It's not illegal to know, and I guarantee you, he will never link me to that payment. There is no need for panic or alarm.
Central City is safe, I guarantee you.
I'd like a little non-interference guarantee.
And I guarantee you she will do everything she can to take everyone she can down with her.
Go for it. Where you choose the right bait and guarantee that you do.
Shrink. 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 Shrink.
You're not a shrink, are you? You're not a shrink, are you? You're not a shrink, are you?
What gave me away?
I feel better already.
Need to see a shrink. 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 Seriously.
Better hear from me.
Actually, I was thinking we could arrange for you to talk to a professional.
A shrink? A shrink? A shrink?
It's really not.
Yeah, and I guess the shrink ray I asked Wasabi for isn't science either, is it?
Fine. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain? A 0? I'm okay, really. Thanks. You can shrink now.
I was looking for. Today's the day. Say it.
You're the shrink. I'm not big on self-affirmation.
Chief Morrow, Lieutenant Clayton. You know that shrink mumbo-jumbo won't get you far with our boys.
Here, yeah. Only $10. Have your money ready.
There you go. That's one size fits all. It's gonna shrink a little bit.
It's over. And it's obvious to any doctor who looked at this scan, even a shrink.
Not everything I told you was a lie. I really did have a shrink. But then he diagnosed me as a sociopath with homicidal tendencies, so...
Gotta go and cut a shrink. There's a reason I'm not in therapy.
Told you it would break. And the shrink says I'm crazy.
Internal.
Internal.
Internal. Internal.
Internal.
Suffered massive internal injuries, internal injuries, internal injuries.
Dr. Hill, what is going on?
She's still unconscious. I'd like to run some tests to make sure there's no internal bleeding. Internal bleeding. Internal bleeding.
There will be an internal investigation, but you'll be cleared.
Now we'll have internal affairs on our back again.
We got the villains, didn't we?
It's like my internal compass needle points straight at Mr. Wrong.
His arrest and trial may cause significant internal unrest.
Yeah, they're all fresh and clean. I got internal chips in them. Please change them twice a day. We will get heat online.
This is the guy who leaked the video?
She said it was more than that. 500,000 classified U.S. Army documents and hundreds of thousands of internal communiques from the U.S. State Department.
That he was good police.
Well, there are some members of Internal Affairs who would disagree with you.
At least 3 ribs cracked, possible internal bleeding due to blunt force trauma. Cause of death most likely hemorrhagic shock.
Look, you really have to let me take you for some tests. Run a CT. You could have internal bleeding.
Acquire. Acquire.
Acquire.
Acquire. Acquire.
To acquire nuclear weapons, period.
I do not possess that kind of courage.
Right now, you're going to acquire that courage, and acquire that courage, and acquire that courage, or I'm going to break my steel leg off in your ass.
Maybe today we've all learned something. Each day we acquire an education.
Now, I'm not an art expert like you, but I did acquire this piece in a gallery in one of the finer Vegas casinos.
So you, Duke Perkins, and Reverend Coggins conspired to acquire a vast amount of propane?
Yeah, we bought propane off the books.
You know, you remind me of another girl. A lovely thing I once acquired from a leasing pleasure house.
Come on. Where are we going?
You're driving me to the mall. I'm going to acquire a book that summarizes the current theories in the field of friend-making.
After all, she does appear to have acquired some proper training. I don't think that's a lie.
Your King's English. Good morning, sir, and Merry Christmas. I have acquired your request.
There is one element of your cover that you'll have to acquire on your own.
What kind of weapon? What's its purpose?
You're not able to acquire that information. Besides, it's not relevant for our purpose.
Defective. Defective.
Defective. Defective.
Defective.
You're not going to bring in one, but three defective players to replace Jump.
Maybe it's my genes. Maybe I have defective engineering too.
Ah, Detective Beckett. And defective castle.
There's still a chance. So, yeah, I had defective semen, but in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
The defective cable runs right beneath your garage. We're gonna have to dig up the floor to get to it.
And you wrote those letters. It's too bad you didn't go back for the one you left at Van NSC when you realized it was defective. Maybe you wouldn't be facing 2 murder charges today.
Not ringing any bells. Moving on to a medical chain that knowingly implanted defective artificial hips.
Hey, guys.
Practices and a company that sold the VA defective medical equipment.
Cancers like James Holder, whose corporation put defective smoke detectors in low-income housing in the Glades.
I'll be looking for another target.
I hacked Mermaiden and sent out email blasts from their servers telling stores the product was defective. 70s.
That's good news. The wiring in a lot of construction back then is defective, so if you sever one wire, it'll blow fuses in the entire building and shut off power to the bomb.